Okay, so what I normally tell people is I represent folks that have been injured, hurt, stepped on, ripped off, that might find themselves in court. And when I talk to those people, usually what I tell them is there are several things that I can give them as advice early on in the process. And the first is probably somewhat obvious, but it's still important for people to think about. And that is, as soon as things happen, it's important to document things. Get the name of witnesses, people who are around, names, phone numbers, even license plate numbers. Obviously, if it's a car accident, you want to call the police department. In fact, whenever possible, whenever it lends itself, I say call the police and get a police report, because that's just going to help you and your legal team should you need one down the road. So after that point, it's also important to think about documenting what happened to you afterwards. A lot of people think about that and do get the documentation or log things, but they don't think about logging things afterwards. It's really important. Write down what's happening to you. I say keep a journal if you can. How are you feeling? How does it hurt you? What are your injuries like? What medications are you taking? How has it caused you to lose a vacation day, lose work days? What trips have you had to take to get medicine or see a doctor? All those things, and of course the expenses. You also want to keep receipts. You want to keep a very detailed list of all your medical bills. These are things that are really going to help you down the road. And what's really important, I think, also, is that people, if they think they might need a lawyer, they call one right away. That's really important, because a lot of times some of these things that you might not think about at that time that would really be important and can be lost if you don't get somebody involved, it can hurt you. And so it's good, even if you're not sure you need a lawyer, to at least get that process started. So maybe somebody can tell you what are the things that you need to think about, the things that you need to preserve, and those sorts of things. And finally, I guess I would just say that nobody wants to have a situation where a lawyer might be necessary. But it is really important, because legally there are important timelines that you have to follow. And if you don't, you can lose your claim forever.